like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And you know, the news just never stops. That's what I found out. The news just never stops. We had that weird rumor, was it last week or week before, that David Tennant's been coming back as the 14th Doctor? Not denied yet, really? I mean, they deny it, like, Ollie Alexander goes out anywhere saying, no, not me. They haven't done, which I think is a bit weird, right? I do think that, and every day they don't deny it, I think it strengthens the rumor. But honestly, I think this is a bit. I can see that BBC or Rusty Davies or Bad Wolf are enjoying the buzz around it, right? Are enjoying there is an actual conversation around Doctor Who, other than, oh my god, it's so terrible, right? But the news of this rumor has blown people's minds, has absolutely blown up people's minds. A lot of things have blown up people's minds, but it's absolutely blown up people's minds. And we're going to be reading an article today that I haven't read yet, but what I've seen is completely insane. Now, I did something similar on Friday. I put a video on Friday from, where was it? I can't remember. What Culture? What Culture did an article about basically just going, no! Jodie Whittaker didn't fail. David Tennant didn't come to because Jodie Whittaker failed because she didn't fail. She did, mate. She did. I mean, like, so it's, I say in pretty much every video, it's narrative hitting reality. Narrative hitting reality and a never-ending news cycle. How much the news cycle, doesn't it? It blows my freaking mind. I went to bed last night, right? And there's like video footage, or like official video footage from like an official FOIA request from a policeman's body cam. Okay, so it's 100% official footage of seems to be the Biden administration engaging in trafficking, like sending all these unaccompanied children in these flights in the middle of the night all around America. It's the weirdest thing. It honestly looks like the Biden administration is been caught red-handed trafficking, literally trafficking, working with the mules from the cartels. So I'm like, wow, that's got to be big news, hasn't it? Went to sleep. Can't even find it anymore. It's been replaced by another news thing that apparently. Biden was on the phone to whoever the Ukrainian prime minister was, and he's like, "You're all going to die! They're going to invade!" And the Ukrainian was like, "Yeah, chill, dude, chill." But there was some dispute about what was said in the actual phone call, right? And so now I woke up and the hashtag release the transcript is because. They was it about 2 years ago, there was a big thing, released a transcript with Trump with his conversation with, I think, Zelensky. Is that the same? I don't know, same guy. And so but that's just taken up the news. Like, it never freaking stops, okay? It never freaking stops. So come over to my channel. I think we'll just look at the insanity together. Actually, if you're not into meditation, I have to tell you, I think meditation is probably a good thing. But if you want to apply the same rules of that to life, it's very, very helpful. So, and I learned this from Billy Connolly, right? Billy Connolly is always a good source for all information. Yeah, he basically said you kind of just view your thoughts as if they're like, your back of your eyelids is a cinema screen and they're being projected on it, or like they're on a train going. You want to separate yourself from your thoughts, and it's very, very tranquil. I do recommend it. It's a pretty good idea. But boy, shall we do that? Yeah, I do that with reality as well. I'm like, well, okay, let's just see that run by me. So let's do that together. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? Fan-dabby, double dozy. Can you hit the share button? Fan-dabby, double dozier. If you can imagine something, yes, it is Fan-dabby, double dozier. Subscribe. Listen, I am strongly of the opinion that everybody's life would be much better if they subscribe to my Every Thought Women Desire. I think everybody would be much, much happier, because I just want everybody to be happy, mate. Okay, that's just it. Fortunately, you don't actually have to do that. You just have to click the subscribe button. Thank you very much. If you're on YouTube and you're subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube are not my biggest fans. Thank you for the platform. And that's why I'm on Rumble as well. Okay, Rumble. If you're on Rumble, hit the Rumble button, baby. Rumble for me. You know you want it, baby. You know you want it. Have a quick Rumble. Subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Mostly my Substack's down here in the video notes. I put a bunch of comics out there. Hopefully I'm going to get to put a bunch more out. I'm just busy, a little bit busy doing a lot of stuff. So if you can subscribe to my Substack, it's completely free. I got a really cool paid one as well. They're going to try and upsell you to the paid one. Don't resist, okay? If you're some type of person who you go to my Substack, you sign up to it, and Substack says, hey, would you like to join the Rabbi's paid Substack? And you're like, If it's not a flat no, okay? If it's not there's a flat no, groovy, and you don't need to sign up for it. I'm grateful you're here, and I am actually. This is actually me telling the truth. I am grateful you're here. But if you're on the fence, you go, should I sign up for his paid one? Yes. Don't fight that urge, okay? And I'm telling you this as your spiritual, communicator, facilitator. And of course, it has been reported. Luck and riches do before anybody signing up to my Substack, my page. Listen, this is just what people tell me. Results may vary. Results may vary. Just be prepared. Fine! Be prepared is saying that you need to be before we get into this next article. Again, Friday's video was over an hour long on another article exactly like this. So what's going on? Narrative hitting reality, right? The narrative was Jodie Whittaker was the bestest ever. She's breaking the glass ceiling. The world's becoming more progressive. They've thrown off the evil shackles of the racists and the bigots who are taking control of the world by voting for Trump and Brexit, right? It sounds stupid, but that's what they thought, okay? That's what's going on in their mind. And then the British public went, ew. Okay, I'll tell you what it's like. We got a cat recently. Or rather, the cat got us. This cat, blind as a bat, right? Absolutely blind as a bat. Got herpes, I think. It was a street cat. Look, in Israel, we don't have rats. We have cats. Like, oh my God, it's raining and horrible right now. So you hear them like crying. I'm like, oh, I hate this. I hate it. So, but this one, it was a street cat. And he's just very friendly. And he made friends with me, right? He just kept listening, and I'm like, I can't take a cat. I got a dog, okay? And he kept nuzzling my little legs. And then my daughter, who basically adopted him. First, we set up this little little house room right outside our front door, underneath this awning, so he can stay dry and warm. And then my daughter took him to the vet for shots, and the vet was like, "Holy crap! How's this thing alive? Like, it is super blind, okay, super blind." So he became an indoor cat. But then, we went for a little bit where we were worried this cat wasn't happy because he didn't have any other cats. The vet said, maybe if you have another cat, that cat will be happier. So the vet gave us this cat. This is she had a bunch of cats. She does rescue cats. Anyway, this little kitten, it was 6 weeks old, teeny tiny thing, right? And we thought, the big cat would like her. The cat, okay, the cat. the cat's the blind cat's reaction when he sort of sensed the new cat was do this, went and just walked off, right? Couldn't stand it. Absolutely. So much like that. Okay, it was much the same reaction. What the British public to Jodie and just walked off, right? Just walked off. So narrative is hitting reality. Their narrative is, and they don't like it, right? It just blows my mind, right? Is how much people don't want to be wrong. How terrified people are of being wrong, and it just seems to me to be an expression of lack of self-confidence, right? It's okay to be wrong. I mean, especially and for what really blows my mind is religious people are terrified to be wrong, right? Absolutely, the same way. Absolutely terrible. I'm having exact same reaction for these people with religious people that live with me. I'm thinking, dude, there's no human being that hasn't been wrong, right? According to our, the Bible, which we think is kind of important, even Moses, who we think is the ultimate person, screwed up more than once. King David, in fact, either God wrote the Old Testament or someone who doesn't like Jews, because they do like lay out everything that we've done wrong, in there. So, well, I guess there's probably a third option. Whatever option you want to go with. Anyway, the point being, hasn't gone down too well. Okay, Jodie Whittaker did not go down too well, mainly because it was shit. I hate to tell you that it was unbelievably shit. Yeah. So they don't like this rumor about David Tennant coming back, because it really rubs it in their face at how wrong they were, right? They were sort of the same when Rusty Davis came back, right? It really rubbed it in the face at how much they failed. So they're in like total denial about this rumor. The problem isn't the rumor, which may or may not be true. Sounds feasible but unlikely to me. The problem is the rumor is feasible, and the reason the rumor is feasible is because of the failure of Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall. Okay, that's just the reality. Doctor Who's future is being blown apart by bizarre new rumor. Let's see what they have to say. Doctor Who's fandom usually disintegrates over next Doctor rumors, but the latest one is the weirdest the show's seen in a long time. That's true, but I think the reaction of the Twitterati fans is much more bizarre, right? Much more bizarre. Whenever Doctor Who is ready to cast a new Doctor, the internet is always a flurry with wild suggestions and outlandish leaks. Yeah, listen, they're always wrong, right? They're always wrong. The rumor is that Patterson Joseph, who I freaking love as an actor, one of my favorite actors, was in line to be the 11th Doctor instead of Matt Smith, and then Matt Smith was cast, right? So I just think they went for the best person they could find. Matt Smith, awesome. But they're always wrong, right? They're always wrong, right? Lydia West, I don't see it. Maybe, I don't know. Here's the thing, we're in the Great Provocation right now, which I think is a term Rusty Davis himself coined back in 2004, right? When it's like, we can't tell you anything, but it's coming, right? That's basically where they are. Leaks that more often than not never play out as true. Yeah, so again, they really want to discredit this rumor. It's not the rumor they have a trouble with. It's the feasibility of the rumor they have trouble with. But as Doctor Who fandom looks towards the return of Rusty Davis, why is he coming back? Gizmodo? Why is he coming back? Remind me. Oh, yeah, because Jodie Whittaker completely failed. And the 14th Doctor arriving in time for next year's 60th anniversary. Is he going to be the 14th Doctor, though? Is he going to be the 14th Doctor? One suggestion I've had passed to me is that the BBC insisted on some kind of compromise, some kind of like storytelling compromise, to not like be embarrassed by having their entire Jodie Whittaker era just wiped away, and basically saying, "Oh, that was garbage. Let's get rid of it." So they want to keep it valid. So the suggestion is that they're going to end Jodie Whittaker's on a multiversal thing, and they're going to start David Tennant. Oh, not Tennant, so Rusty Davis. Wouldn't it be funny if it is David Tennant, though? I think it's more likely David Tennant would be playing like the Master or something like. Who knows? The other room is Catherine Tate's going to be with him, right? Maybe an evil version of David Tennant, Master, Catherine Tate as like evil Donna. I don't know. That sounds kind of fun. Runtime 600. So yeah, listen, we don't know if the 14th Doctor. It could be the first Doctor. Could be a complete reboot. If they're going to do that, please, America, right? You're looking for things for streaming services. Somebody, HBO Max, who is they're no less woke than anywhere else, but they have put a bunch of good shows out. I like Peacemaker. I like a lot of the shows they put out. I'd love to see them do a complete reboot of Doctor Who, an American reboot of Doctor Who with Peter Dinklage as the first Doctor, right? And I understand people are pissed off with him because I don't know why they're pissed off with him. The whole story about him calling out Disney, even though in the quote he didn't know they were Disney, for making Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They're like, oh, you can't do things about dwarves. It's wrong. They live in a cave. So yeah, and I don't understand why people are mad at him, right? But okay, honestly, I don't really care. I don't care if my actors are douchebags. I don't care if my directors are douchebags. I don't care if my writers are douchebags. I care they put something good on screen, right? That's really the only thing that, but I honestly, Taika Waititi strikes me as a douchebag, right? Strikes me as a big douchebag. James Gunn strikes me as a douchebag. Strikes me as a big douchebag. Do I love their work? Yes. Yeah, because it's always good. Really, that's pretty much. Although Thor: Love and Thunder, it sounds awful, right? It sounds so bad. It's getting to the point where you say, would you like to have this butt plug inserted in you? I mean, in your ass, I'm assuming. Or would you like to go see Thor: Love and Thunder? The butt plug isn't looking so, what's the word I'm looking for? So bad anymore, right? But I want to be clear, not a butt plug fan, okay? My rectum has been and always, I hope always will remain a one-way exit, okay? There's not an innie, just an outie, right? Just like my wife, I'm at that age where I should go for a prostate exam. My wife's like should we close it? I'm like, no. Like, why not? What if you get like, arse cancer or whatever it's called, rectal cancer? I'm like, then I will die unsullied. Okay, maybe in much pain and over many years, but I will die unsullied. Don't take this as medical advice. Okay, no, don't do what I do. I had this guy contact me on Facebook, friend me on Facebook, who's like this fitness guru in Jerusalem, and I'm like, obviously, he's trying to recruit me as a client, but I'm kind of interested. I don't know. I'm kind of interested, but I don't like people like just like friending me and talking. Unless you know me from through the channel, friending me and talking to me like it's very obvious what's going on. I'm still kind of interested. Okay, fine. Following Doctor Rabbi, the series has found itself caught up in the strangest rumor it's faced in many years. Strangest rumor was that. Stephen Moffat and Russell T Davies were in the midst of a takeover bid, having seen how terrible the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who was. Sounds like it might be a little bit true, not Moffat, but Russell T Davies. For weeks, bubbling up into a frenzy over the weekend, Doctor Who fan has been gripped by talk of the most out there rumors the series has seen in a long time. Alleged leakers operating on fan forums like Gallifrey Base pointed to a wild rumor for the climax of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, one that has been picked up by die-hard fan circles and discussed by discussed on national British television. But as large as the rumor has gotten, it also feels that somehow it's even more absurd than the reality we already have with Davis returning to the show he left behind in 2009. Here's what you need to know and how likely it could happen. But again, they don't like the feasibility of it. That's the issue. So what's got near of us? The identity of Jodie Whittaker's replacement. I'm not convinced it's a replacement. I would not be surprised. It makes sense to me that Russell T Davies' new Doctor Who will want no visual connection to this entirely failed era, right? I don't think he's going to want whoever playing the next Doctor, even if it's the first Doctor, right, be wandering around in Jodie Whittaker's costume, right? I don't think they're going to have any connection whatsoever to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. That seems logical to me. Which, and the fact that it's logical is why Gizmodo is pooping its pants. Okay, that's why. The 14th incarnation, other incarnations prior to the 14 are available too. God, I hate that. Given that the returning Davies is set to begin his official tenure with Doctor Who's 60th anniversary on November 2023, the current rumor piggybacks over recent rumors that Doctor Who is looking to cast a big-name actor to play the Doctor in a series of anniversary specials before regenerating into the 15th Doctor for Davies' first season 2024. That seems familiar, right? I mean, that seems reasonable, right? Again, Doctor Who is in a terrible state. One of the things that schedulers believe and know is that having a bankable name on your project gets people to watch it, which is pretty true. I mean, I don't think I would have watched Around the World in 80 Days if it didn't have David Tennant in it. I don't think I would have watched The Crown if it didn't have Matt Smith in it. I think that's reasonably true, right? I don't think I would have watched Terminator Genesis if I had any sense, even though it had Matt Smith in it. And I did watch The Rise of Skywalker, even though it didn't have Matt Smith in it, though he apparently filmed a hefty role for it. So yeah, big names are a good idea, right? If you want people to watch your show, as long as your show's pretty good. That's an important thing. Instead of casting any big name, however, the rumor has been put Who fans into I can't believe we're paragraphs into it, still haven't got to the point. Is none other than David Tennant will return as the Time Lord. Okay. Instead of playing the 10th incarnation, that's literally something that the show already did in 2008's Journey's End. Tennant will be that's something it did back in 2008's Journey. Why just he take the 10th incarnation through everything? It wasn't just Journey's End. I mean, I guess you could call the Meta Crisis Doctor the 11th Doctor, sort of. Tennant would purportedly be playing the 14th Doctor, 14th incarnation Doctor, one who has a face from the past for an unknown mystery reasons, a mystery that would presumably play out over the course of these alleged specials. I love the alleged specials. I'm alleging that they're special. I think they're quite ordinary. But the alleged specials, we know there's at least one. Bloody hell. And solved in time for the actual new regeneration to the regular Doctor in 2024. Again, if we're talking about, right, he's going to do a November special, a November special, a Christmas special, and maybe an Easter special, something like that, leading into a new series. I could see the first two having David Tennant. It's feasible, right? I hate to say it's still feasible. Is there Doctor Who canon that could explain it? Yes, there's quite a lot, actually. They could explain it now, especially after the after the modern era. This wouldn't be the first time that an actor returned in Doctor Who in a major way. Of course, Colin Baker played Commander Maxwell in 83's Arc of Infinity. I remember, I remember in the fanzines, the rumour at the time, I'm dating myself, was that Maxwell would play part of the Fifth Doctor's regeneration. They as the Doctor regenerating, he stumbles into Maxwell and it's a fuse thing they didn't do. We go over in the Sixth Doctor a year later. Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor, famously touched upon just by the Doctor's chosen faces that he's already met. Capaldi's character, Cecilius from 2008's Father Pompeii, as a lesson for their latest incarnation to learn two regenerations later. I kind of like the idea regeneration is formed by what's going on in one's subconscious at the time of regeneration. Right? I think that's a clever idea. And it works. So I wonder how you could apply that to earlier Doctors. Okay, so William Hartnell's Doctor regenerating, he seems like he was just scared. It was like, I've never done this before, because he was the first Doctor. Troughton Pertwee wasn't a real regeneration, a false regeneration. So what turned Pertwee into the Bohemian Tom Baker, right? Maybe just felt like a bit of a change, and you can say the same from Peter Davison to Tom Baker. And then you can sort of see Colin Baker being more brash because how he regenerated in Case of Androzani. Sylvester McCoy's Doctor, I think, he's more Machiavellian, which I think could be said. Okay, none of this was written into the script. This is just me imprinting my crazy Doctor Who fandom on stuff, right? But it was, he was. I think it was a reaction to like the brash approach of the Sixth Doctor, and the Eighth Doctor seems to not want to have everything controlled and let things flow as they might, right? So I like that idea, right? It kind of works, kind of fits. Father Pompeii, but it would be the first time we've seen a time. It's also played what's his name from Torchwood, which is in the same universe apparently. It would be the first time we've seen a Time Lord regenerate into a likeness he had previously inherited before a prior regeneration. That said, we do know Time Lords. We do know that enough practiced Time Lords can have a level of influence over their regeneration. That was actually a major plot point in Lungbarrow, the excellent book Lungbarrow, where the villain regenerated into a facsimile of the William Hartnell Doctor to frame the William Hartnell Doctor, right? And then regenerated out of that. Basically used up two regenerations to frame him. I think, yeah. Have a little influence over regeneration because he has so much control over regeneration, as well as rapidly change forms with a residual cellular energy unleashed in the immediate aftermath. Tennant's own 10th body reformed a severed hand within 15 hours of its regeneration debut story. In the regeneration debut story, the Christmas Invasion. That was actually the best bit, right? I think that I wasn't a great fan of Christmas Invasion, mainly because you didn't really get much of the Doctor. I did like the Killer Christmas Tree. Okay, I thought that was very cool. Jackie Tyler's always very cool. But I like that when he finally steps out the TARDIS and takes on the Sycorax. That was pretty good. I like that. Delay potential energy after suffering fatal wound by channeling his regeneration energy into the severed hand, creating a part human, part Time Lord meta crisis being with his own likeness. Is he part human? I thought it's all Time Lord. In classic Doctor Who, Romana, we're still going on. Commander and Fourth Doctor chose to regenerate between the 16th and 17th seasons of the series, trying on a number of bodies before eventually settling on the likeness of Lala Wall's Princess Astra from the Armageddon Factor. So it's not like Doctor Who wouldn't find a way to explain. Yeah, exactly. It's not a tough one to work out, especially if the alleged rumor explains Tennant will be playing an entirely new incarnation of the Doctor, rather than Tensor again. That said, it's still David Tennant playing him. And look, his Round the World in 8 Days, Phyllis Fogg character, Round the World in 8 Days character was different to his 10th Doctor character. They're still David Tennant. It's not that different, right? And they were very different characters. The real answer is probably not. This is just a fan base stuck in a strange period of having to wait over a year for the current era of Doctor Who with Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall to end. And then you want to begin going a little bit bonkers in the process. Why are we so bonkers for it to end? Right? Why are we so bonkers for it to end? Because it's been garbage, mate. It's been garbage. It's been the opposite of Doctor Who, with a crappy Doctor Who logo slapped on the front of it. A new one begin going with Tennant. What has, of course, not been afraid to return to the Doctor since his time he left. He reprised the 10th Doctor in the 5th anniversary special Day of the Doctor. And in years since, he's returned to voice the character in Big Finish. That's true. Well, there's a very big difference in Tennant reprising his past role in an ancillary material and him returning to as the latest Doctor on TV. Well, again, if we're talking about two or three specials, I can't see it being more than two. Honestly, I can't see it being more than two because I would say maybe just one, the 60th anniversary. Because I say, look, that's November 23rd, then a month later is Christmas. I don't think there's time for a third one, right? And if you're going to regenerate, it seems Christmas will be the time to do it, right? And I think it'll be huge, right? Christmas 2023, Doctor Who back on screen, and people, COVID over, everything. All the nightmares of the last few years behind us, right? And I am hoping by the time we get there, the world's going to be in a much different place. I really am, because I don't think this relentless freefall is sustainable, right? I think push is going to come to shove. That's why I'm like surprised that war in Ukraine hasn't started yet. But now they're saying, oh, it's not till February. They've got to wait for it to get colder or something, so they freeze up the ground. Whatever, okay? I don't freaking know. But I do think all this wokeness, all this, I know it's an act of complete faith. I know it sounds insane. I know it sounds incredible. I know it sounds impossible, right? But that's what faith is, I guess. I mean, I really believe this era of, I don't want to call it wokeness. I think intolerant bigotry and racism by people calling everybody else racist will be over. I really think it'll be over by then. That was it. Was it returning on Doctor on TV? And considering this rumor has managed to garner such high levels of attention outside the usual fan circles, with the BBC saying nothing about it, likely means it's not even worth denying an official about. No, you're full of crap, mate. Okay, that's just nonsense. Babbling nonsense. That's all that is. No, it's not even worth denying. No. Please, whenever they say it's not even worth responding, it means they don't have a bloody response. Again, my thinking is this is great marketing, right? It gets positive buzz going around, and it's not hurting. It's hurting Jodie Whittaker, the Chris Chibnall one, but I don't think it's hurting Doctor Who. I don't think it's hurting Russell Davies one at all. It means not worth it in an official capacity. That and David Tennant is coming back to Doctor Who to save the show. Aha! Finally, the bit that they're turning in not their graves, they're turning in their seats. I don't know. Save the show has been rumored before to bludgeon whatever the latest creator's decision somebody was upset by. Oh, really? We're going to sweep Jodie Whittaker in with Capaldi and Matt Smith, are we? Shut up. Not even close, okay? Not even close. Time will tell with all this wibbly-wobbly nonsense, but don't get too excited while we endure the long wait to learn more about the next Doctor Who. Well, I have to tell you, the article I read over on What Culture was way more insane, right? Was way more insane. But yeah, listen, the fact of the matter is the current era of Doctor Who is not popular. It's not. How do we know it's not popular? So recently we had the 2-year anniversary of the Forgotten Doctor that was dropped in our lap. So let's have a look over here. This is from Big Finish Insider. I don't know who at Big Finish. It seems I don't know who Big Finish Insider is. Latest audio drama news and chat about Doctor Who talks with Blake Seven, Avengers, Space 99, Sherlock Holmes, and more for the love of stories. Oh God, their new ident is awful. So anyway, so they put this out. Okay, this is a great way of gauging. Look, I have my own biases, right? And I don't like the current era of Doctor Who. I think Joe Martin was far superior to Jodie Whittaker, but that's kind of that's kind of like saying a COVID test is better than a rectal probe, right? Yes, not fans of either. But yeah, much better. In that spirit, the Big Finish Insider put out this question. This question I think we've all asked from one time or another. So who would like fugitive Doctor audio adventures? Asking very much to test the water here. No plans afoot before you get too excited. And so what sparked this was this, I think, quite beautiful digital painting by Owain Carbis. Okay, Owain Carbis, excellent work, mate. Excellent work. I love fan art. I love fan creativity. And even if it's sort of thing I don't particularly like in Doctor Who, your creativity is fantastic and wonderful work. I really want to know a bit more about digital painting because what am I giving it a try myself now? It looks pretty darn good. So that's great. Are they going to make 13th Doctor audios? And I think the response says it all. So firstly, there's me going, that's a big no from me. There we go. No, 100% no from me. Not really, not personally. I'm not blind to there being a lot of interest in the character, but it hasn't been fulfilled in a meaning way on screen. Accordingly, we said on the podcast, she'll be fine, Big Finish Doctor one day. I don't think so, but this is the Doctor Who show. Any public thing cannot, right? Just cannot in any way denounce the current era. Again, it's people don't want to. People get upset by feeling if you make them feel stupid, And it doesn't matter if they've been objectively and egregiously wrong. They don't want to feel stupid, and they'll be mad at you if you make them feel stupid by pointing out facts and reasons. So one person who really doesn't want to feel stupid is John Dorney, a great talent. I'm going to put this in my storyline. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. Somebody said, what about the 13th? Joe Martin, a great screen presence, but I don't really know anything about character at this stage. I don't care enough to invest my dollars into it. I don't care. And then Jodie Hauser comes along to write Doctor Who comics. I'm only having a blast writing for the comics. It's only the creatives, right? Only the creatives are interested. The actual customers, not so much. This guy says, hell yeah, we would. I don't think so. I'm not keen on the whole timeless style thing. So for me, are you getting a vibe out of this big finish, right? Are you getting any, are you picking up a vibe? Yes, this is not going well. If they make her a, say, 6C Doctor, post-Troughton, pre-Pertwee, I'll be more okay with it pre-1. Yeah, that's a big thing people don't like at all, right? They really don't like her being pre-Hartnell. Does that bother me? The idea of there being a pre-Hartnell Doctor or pre-Hartnell Doctors, if done in a good way, I could accept. Look, Longbarrow. You had the other who was a pre-Hartnell Doctor, because it was done with intelligence, right? It was done vaguely smartly, not so much anything else, but it was done vaguely smartly. This is garbage. It was like saying there's infinite pre-Hartnell Doctors, and none of them are white men because white men are bad. This insanity that you can't relate to something that you don't personally, doesn't reflect you. Rusty Davies again. Okay, great example. He did this fantastic drama, a very English scandal about the Jeremy Thorpe scandal. Jeremy Thorpe was gay and he had to pretend to be straight because it was not okay to be gay in the 70s. It only just was decriminalized, right? So it was basically his story and how he got into trouble with his gay lover, who they had a genuine relationship. It was a genuine loving relationship with them. It was, so the first thing about it was I liked all the characters involved because I felt they were quite sweet, right? I understand they were flawed and they were quite low, but there was this one scene in it when his second wife, and it was kind of a sham wife. I think he had kids with them though. When the scandal's coming out, and she's like, and she says to them, "Look, just tell me what's going on. Whatever it is whatever it is, fine." And that complete acceptance, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm not a gay man at all, right? I'm very straight. I'm a Bible-thumping, very, very straight person, right? But human beings empathize with other human beings. It doesn't matter what their skin color is. It doesn't matter what their gender is, right? Human beings empathize with other human beings unless they're twisted and broken, right? Or as I like to call them, the Twitterati. Mainly the crazy fans of Jodie Whittaker, twisted and broken. They most of them are that I've interacted with. I'm not saying everybody is. If there's people out there who've liked it, they've liked watching it with their whatever. Don't want to get in anybody's face, right? But most this toxic fandom that came with Jodie Whittaker are because they're broken and twisted people who can't empathize, right? And they don't understand the rules of empathy because they're sociopathic to a certain extent. So this person says, instead of doing that, why not animate your releases for DVD and streaming? I would like to say make new content. So finally, we have somebody who's up for it. Okay, she said, yes. Tweeted about this a while ago. Somebody else saying yes, right? So I think we got 3 yeses from customers so far. About 30 no's, right? This guy, honestly, no. Admitting you couldn't do it worse than on TV, but there simply isn't enough info for me on this period. It's not just more Adventures of the Doctor. It will need the whole missing backstory. No, as much as I love Joe Martin's performance, right? No one wants to buy this, okay? This is not a winner. Nobody wants to buy this. It's very really because I would love to hear more stories of Joe Martin Doctor, but I have a negative interest in the super secretive pre-unearthly child. Very, very popular opinion, right? Very popular opinion. I think the whole idea of this Doctor was the biggest mistake ever. It's even admitted that this was a last-minute addition and wasn't really planned at all. Unpopular opinion, choice of is if it's choice between Fugitive and 13, it's Fugitive. I agree with you, right? I agree with you, but I think it's a choice of neither. Not saying I'll spend my money on. To be brutally honest, with most people I have contact with, tip of the iceberg, who would like to see her more of the Doctor, it'll be one of Big Finish's greatest missed opportunities. Okay, so he likes the idea. An acting talent, I don't know, she can act, but is she right for the role? I didn't really like her take on the character at all, or even what the character was like. Legally, there are no plans. Legally, Matt Fitton's written 5 box sets plus the first box set in a series entirely written by Briggs and composed loosely of 4 related Dalek stories. We don't know. Okay, you get the general impression. It is not a popular. It just goes on. Not from Big Finish. Like we get. I think we're getting about 10% yeses, 90% nos. Okay, I think that's a fair. And honestly, if this era of Doctor Who had worked, I would have shut up by now. Okay, I would have shut up. But it just hasn't. Right. That's the bottom line. It just hasn't worked. Right. Not only has it not worked, it's also brought everything down with it. It seems like everything with that logo, especially Big Finish releases, everything with that logo on it is equally unwatchable. It's equally crap. It's the bizarrest thing. It makes everything else bad. However, if you watch classic Doctor Who, all that seems better now. Okay, they did that. All of classic Doctor Who seems far better. But the bottom line is, Jodie Whittaker has absolutely failed as a Doctor. Chris Chibnall has absolutely failed. And I'm not going, nah, kiss. I'm reacting to the relentless denial, right? This relentless denial that they've done anything other than absolutely failed. No, they've absolutely failed. I'm sorry they absolutely failed. I'm sorry that your worldview was based on objective delusion, right? And it's being proved that now. And I'm sorry that's painful and uncomfortable for whoever it is out there. But it's still, that's the facts, baby. That's the facts. What are you going to do about it? My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.